It's a known fact in probability that the sum of probability of success plus the probability of failure is equal to 1. Now, from this formula, you can actually get the probability of something not happening, which is also known as the probability of failure. So, you also know that the probability of something not happening um, is actually equal to 1 minus the probability of it happening. Um, or let's say probability of success. So it's the same thing. So, but how is it that the probability of success plus the probability of failure equals 1? We can explain it this way. So let's say you have to play penalty kick. Normally during penalties, there are just two possibilities. It's either you score or not score, or you do not score. These are the two possibilities. So the sample space here we can say um, is 2. So the number of possible outcomes is 2. Now the probability that you will score is actually going to be 1 over 2, right? Also the probability, so let's say the probability that you score is 1 over 2. Also the probability that you do not score, let's say not score, is 1 over 2. Now basically the sum of these two events is the same thing as the sum of probability of success and failure, because the probability that you score is like saying the probability that you will succeed, and the probability that you will not score is a probability of failure. Now summing these two probabilities together amounts to 1. So that is just the idea. Once you understand this, um, you'll be able to understand this. Okay. Now it also follows the general principle. Let's say in a fair die, it follows the general principle that the sum of all events of probability in a sample space is equal to 1. So that is why we have this probability of sum and failure equal to 1, because these are two possibilities. It's either you succeed or it's either you fail. But let's explain it also with a fair die. Now, in a fair die, we have sample space of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? Now, the probability of having just 1 when you throw the fair die is 1 over 6. You already know that. The probability of having 2 is also 1 over 6. Probability of having 3 is 1 over 6. Probability of having 4 is 1 over 6. Also 5, 1 over 6. And 6 also 1 over 6. Right? Now, the sum of all these probabilities, individual probabilities, will also amount to 1. If you check it out, you see that this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All over, we still have the same denominator over 6. This will amount to 1. So this gives you the general principle that the sum of all events probability sorry okay the sum of all events probability in a sample space, okay, in a sample space is 1. Is equal to 1. All right. Okay, so that's the known fact in probability, and that helps you understand why the probability of success and the probability of failure is 1. Okay,